Welcome to the Radiology Review podcast, your on-the-go source for radiology education with your host, Dr. Matt Covington, a board-certified radiologist. Please follow the podcast on Twitter at RadRevPodcast. Send emails to theradiologyreview@gmail.com or visit the website theradiologyreview.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in today to the podcast. First, I want to thank all of you that have listened to the podcast and have shared this with your friends. I've had a remarkable response so far, and I'm really happy that this is something that many of you find useful for your board examination study. I've also had some feedback that this has been useful for others just refreshing their radiology knowledge, and for that, I'm also very happy. There was recent news that the ABR Core examination has been delayed. According to the ABR website, the examination is currently scheduled November 5th and November 6th, 2020. I know this is certainly a challenge for many of you and something that is unanticipated for both you and your programs. I do trust that you will make it out successfully in the end. My commitment is that I will do what I can to help you prepare for the examination that is now several months later than you first anticipated. There might be some useful information in the podcast I previously recorded on what things you might consider if the ABR Core examination is delayed. I've given this some more thought, and the first thing I would say is that in light of everything going on with coronavirus, the ABR examination, where I live today, we actually had several earthquakes, and it really seems like things are just piling on. Go easy on yourself. If you need a few weeks to relax and refresh and rejuvenate your mind, I wouldn't feel too bad about that. You will have plenty of time, even if you take 1 or 2 weeks off, to get ready for the core examination. I also know that many of your plans for studying are likely going to be altered by your resident scheduling that I anticipate will see you back on clinical services. Your attending radiologists are there for you, and if you have questions about topics on the board examination that are unclear or you would like more help to understand, please talk to your attending radiologists on your respective services. As academic radiologists, part of their mission is to teach and prepare you for the examination. Finally, if I were you, I would take the extra few months of time you now have until the core examination to read more. My personal experience and feeling with learning radiology is that reading is really key to understanding what's going on, and I don't mean just on a superficial level, but a really deep understanding of the knowledge that is required to be a good radiologist really is found from reading. At least that's my experience. That doesn't mean to neglect question banks and things like that, but if I had an extra few months given to me to prepare for the board exam, I would spend much of that time in a book. If there are any topics you would like me to discuss, or if you have any specific questions about anything I discuss in my podcast, please reach out to me. You can contact me at theradiologyreview@gmail.com. Thank you.